dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 185 at Studio L in Chris's office. How you doing, Chris?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. Doing just fine.
Do you ever actually spend any time at home anymore?
No, I don't even know where my home is. I've tried moving away from it, and I can't. No,
you just can't cope. You're just gone every weekend.
Just gone. Wheel every weekend. That's what we do.
That's already somebody already has that tag.
Oh, okay.
I just had to shell out $25.
Oh, shoot.
Trademarks, man.
Is it like Gear Wrench? We call them hex heads and stuff like that.
Oh shit! You just cost
that's
$10.
another. Anyways, yeah. So I have been wheeling every weekend. It's been fun.
Yeah.
We did Barricon 2022 that we talked about. That episode just dropped.
Right. Before that, you were a trail hero for a month.
Trail hero for a month and a half, and then snuck down south. I haven't been down south in a while to the Central Coast, and that was fun with Carlos and Ultra 4 Jones, which you just heard that little bonus episode 184 there.
Did you go to the steakhouse?
Did not, but drove by it and gave a good wave. Great memories at FM McClintock's.
McClintock's. Are they still do they survive COVID?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good.
What a great steakhouse.
That's huge. I mean, anyways, so while I was at Trail Hero, I mean, it was busy week, and we had just finished up, what did we do, 5 episodes there?
Yeah.
And besides all the wheeling and everything else that was going on, but, there was this kid running around, and I'd heard of him, up and coming rock crawler Braxton Coleman.
Yeah.
And he was helping out with the LCQ there. And anyways, so I was like, hey, you want to be on the podcast? And he's like, heck yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm out of time this week, but at Trail Hero here, but we'll get you on the podcast here in the next month or so. So
we have technology.
We do, yeah. So I said, we'll beam you in, and worked out good. I appreciate his tenacity, because he followed up with me. He's like, hey, when are we doing the podcast? I'm like, well, I'm out wheeling this weekend. Chris is, doing a wedding or whatever. And then, hey, well, what about this week? And I'm like, well, no, gone again, this, that, the other thing, work, blah, blah, blah. Life's happening.
Sure.
I said, you're in the queue. You're in the queue. We just got to wrap up Trail Hero stuff. We had a ton of content to motor through that you had to edit and everything. And then, so anyways, I called you up and I said, hey, you got some, can we do the podcast tonight? And he goes, yeah. And then you said yes. And then, so I texted Braxton and I go, hey, you up for it? And he goes, yeah, let's do it. So here we are.
And we went wine tasting before.
We may have, yeah. So we went into, being here at Studio L in Livermore, California.
Yeah.
The other wine country.
This Napa sells auto parts.
Yeah, that's right. So went to your great little winery down here called Bent Creek.
Yes, sir.
Had some nice tasting. There was a gal down there singing her hearts out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was cranking.
She had pipes.
She had pipes. That's pipes. But that was cool, and I got to taste 5 different wines. Started out with a white and 4 reds, and
they had
Cab Franc.
Ooh.
Oh, the Cab Franc was great. So good that Chris had to buy a bottle for the podcast. So that was really nice here.
I noticed that bottle's empty.
17 Cab Franc from Bent Creek, and it was delicioso.
It's
17. Yeah, right. See, you weren't paying attention there at the winery. I was.
She gone.
Yeah, so that was great, and then we came back here and dialed into Riverside with Braxton.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, we were getting towards the end of the interview, and he lost all Wi-Fi signal. I mean, his screen just froze on our end.
We were like, what just happened?
I'm
here?
like, anything? We're all good on our end, right? And Chris goes, yep, we're good. But his end just totally froze, done. And he had to end up trying to get back in. It was still just not good. And then, so he ended up calling in to finish up the last little bit of the podcast.
Phone a friend.
But good luck editing this one here, Chris. Let's see how this comes out.
Actually, I was thinking about you editing it.
No, you don't want me editing it. I'm good at certain things, but the editing is not one of my fortes.
I got you. All right. Anyway, it turned out well. We're gonna roll this sucker here right now.
Let's do it.
Boom.
All right, Chris, we are here. Another interview, another rock crawler, up and coming rock crawler on the scene here. Got to meet, I'm going to call him a kid because he is a kid. I got to meet this kid at Trail Hero and wanted to get him on the podcast. So Braxton Coleman, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thank you guys for having me.
Right on. Yeah. So, yes, you were working your ass off out there at Trail Hero during the competitions and stuff behind the scenes. So that was pretty cool. So let's get into how you got involved with all this off-roading rock crawling stuff and doing full competition with a badass car.
Well, I mean, first I was literally born into We Rock. My first We Rock event, I was 6 months old.
Oh,
My
wow.
dad was judged for We Rock for 12 years.
Okay.
Stopped 2-3 years ago. And then last year, 2 years ago, he got involved with Supercrawl and set up courses and was a big thing in that. And then from there, we got an offer from Neazumi Suda to drive his car. Dad and one of our buddies, Logan, got to drive it for We Rock and Supercrawl. And then last season, I got to drive it because Dad wanted me to get experienced and try. So, I had a lot of fun. I think they had a lot of fun with it and watching me improve.
So last year was your first competition season.
Yes, it was.
So, okay. So then, but leading up to that, I'm sure you got to do quite a bit of wheeling with your dad growing up, or no?
Not as much driving it as I would have liked. But when I did get to drive, it was with our big 4-seat buggy that has a big block and it's manual.
Okay.
So it was an interesting learning curve. And when I got to drive that, it was morely just steering and learning how to drive a stick shift.
Okay.
It wasn't very much on the rocks, but when I got on the rocks, it was definitely difficult.
Yeah. A big block. I don't know if I've ever seen a buggy with a big block that's not a rock bouncer.
Right? Well,
yeah, it's
no replacement for displacement, right?
Woo!
Yeah.
Some serious horsepower there.
All the torques.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of got thrown into this thing, and you got a talk about the car because it's a cool buggy.
It's a cool little thing.
Yeah.
It's 100 inches even, so it's one of the shortest buggies, if not the shortest buggy in competition in our class, in our pro mod class.
Okay.
We're on 40 mile stars. It's got an LS7 with 615 horsepower.
Oh boy.
With
healthy.
drag car brakes in the back. It's got 10-year-old Spider Tracks Pro Series axles, Radflow shocks.
Yeah, that car's
Cutting
been
brakes.
around for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been around the block. At one time, it was even a KOH.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's got quite the lineage because I remember seeing that car years ago, and then I saw it in camp. You guys were camped with the plaques and stuff right below us at Trail Hero, and I'm like, damn, I remember that car. And then I put two and two together that you got to drive it this past season. So pretty cool stuff. So talk about competition, your first competition, getting involved. And did you get much seat time in the car prior to competition, or did they just like, here you go?
So In that car, I probably had 30 minutes of drive time before my first comp.
You got to be kidding
And
me.
in that 30 minutes, my dad rolled me over because the car wasn't as balanced as it is now. So then after that weekend, we went to the shop, scaled it, got it all balanced out, and then went to Cedar City for our first comp. Placed 4th there out of the 6 or 7 drivers.
Wow.
But there was some stuff there was like, it scared me. I was nervous for one of the courses because it was, you know where the big wall, have you been to Cedar City?
I haven't been there, but I've watched plenty of it on YouTube and the live feeds and stuff.
Yeah, do you know of the big wall?
Yes.
Yeah, we were on top of that, driving down off of it.
That's insane.
It was, that was the course that I was most nervous for out of the whole weekend, both days. But the rest of it was me learning the car and learning how it reacted and learning my spotter because that was the first time that I worked with my spotter, and he's my uncle.
Okay, I was wondering, if there was a relationship there. So your uncle stepped up and became spotter. So he has some rock crawling experience, I take it. Knowing is it your dad's brother then?
No, he's my mom's brother.
Okay.
But I mean, they all grew up together.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah, he and my dad started in Toyotas. Then we got buggies about the same time. Since he lives in Salt Lake, he doesn't have as many buggy lines, so he doesn't get to go out as often.
Okay.
So I approached him and was like, "Hey, do you want to spot for me in competition?" I mean, figured it'd be a cool thing to have an uncle and cousin, uncle and
keep it in the family.
Nephew duo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're his nephew. Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, and again, you guys just first competition and had to figure it out because didn't have a whole lot of practice. Yeah, seat time in the car. Well,
I froze up a lot on that first comp. There was a lot where I was like, I don't like this. I'm just going to stop moving. And then eventually just got it to the point where it went. On the final day of the final course, I was doing much better.
Okay.
So then second comp, we pulled 3rd up in Rangeley, Colorado.
Nice.
So I was doing a lot better there. I mean, they weren't as hard courses either as they're normally supposed to be. Okay. So it was sort of handed to us on a silver platter because there was only like 5 of us and 1 broke on the first day. So it was hard because I mean there was 1 other competitor that was right on our butt the whole time, and it kept pushing us, and we were also really close to second after day 1.
Okay,
really close, but we couldn't quite get him on day 2, and then we ended up in shootout and just stayed where we were. So
okay, and what class were you in?
Pro Mod class.
It is Pro Mod. Okay.
Yeah, 40-inch tires with 2-seat, and it has to somewhat look like a car.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you now? You're a drag axle, no? You're not a 4-wheel steer buggy.
Yes, drag axle.
Yeah.
So is that part of the rules for Pro Mod also?
Yep, you have to be drag axle.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So for our listeners also that aren't aware, you are not a street legally licensed driver, correct?
Nope. I am 14 and turned 15 on Tuesday.
Oh, he's coming up on 15.
Holy
well,
smokes.
happy early birthday.
So that's super awesome.
Tuesday will be his birthday, and then okay. Well, I don't know when this episode's going to air, but it'll be sometime around that time
in the next couple of weeks.
Birthday episode.
Sure.
Well, this is your birthday present from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. How about that? Happy birthday!
Thank you guys.
So you live in Utah, correct?
Yes, I live down in Laverkin, Utah, down by St. George.
Oh, right on. What are the laws for becoming a licensed driver? Can you start a learner's permit at 15 and a half like California, or?
Learner's permit, I just have to take a written test when I turn 15, and then driver's ed, I have to be over 6 months and can get my license after driver's ed.
Okay.
Oh, right on. So you can scare the instructor to death and be like, "Hey, let's go do a little off-roading."
Yeah, take them off road.
What's the family's daily like? I mean, a daily driver. It's obviously not rock buggies, but are they like 4-wheel drive trucks or cars or whatever?
Yeah. So my mom she drives a Lexus GX that's all overlanded out. Like we took it overlanding 2 weeks ago, I want to say. Then my dad either drives his completely stock, like it's insanely stock, 1996 4Runner or his big '07 Duramax.
There you go.
Yeah, no Fords in that family.
There's no traction boards on the Lexus, is there?
No.
Okay, good. So, there you go.
Right on.
No, it was built by Woody.
Oh, really?
Brian's
Woody. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we bought it off of him because his wife wanted a new one. So we got that one, and his wife bought a new one.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are all in that neighborhood there with Rich Klein and Woody and, man, all that. Yeah, I don't know. Dave Wong's probably not too far from you.
Big people. Yeah, we're all really close.
That's quite the neighborhood, man. I have so much fun out there and Trail Hero and it just seems like more and more rock crawlers are moving to the neighborhood, and I'm like, man.
Well, it's the Mecca. I mean, it's basically turned into the Mecca, and I mean, just to think that you're going to be in the next 6 to 8 months or whatever, you're going to have a driver's license and potentially get out of school, throw jump in the tow rig, drag the buggy over to Sand Hollow and just wheel in the afternoon. It's like, what did you do yesterday afternoon? Well, I went wheeling. What did you do the day before that? Well, I went wheeling.
That'd be great.
I mean, hell, that's an awesome backyard you've got there.
Yes, it is.
What's your favorite trail at Trail Hero, or at Sand Hollow, I should say?
I really like Chain Reaction.
Yeah?
Yeah, Chain Reaction's fun.
Yeah. I think my Joint Effort's my new favorite trail. It was Fallen, but
that is really fun too.
We ran Joint Effort. I must have been 6-7 times, and that was it's crazy. It's wild. It's fun, but yeah,
it's a lot of fun. I like driving that one.
Yeah. All right, so back to competition. So you finished third
on my second event,
and your second event, and then you had a couple more events, right, to round out the season?
Yes, we had one more event in, where was it?
We just did Rangeley, so then...
Rangeley, so we didn't go to Goldendale because it's too far for us.
Okay.
That's a 16-hour drive.
Oof.
Goldendale, Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah, and so we skipped that one. Then we went to Farmington, New Mexico, which was Grand Nationals.
Okay.
Pulled third there, so I am technically third in the nation.
Okay.
Awesome.
For a pro mod class.
Nice.
And then after that, we just went to Trail Hero, was our last event of the season, and pulled, second there.
On that, amateur rock crawl on Thursday, yeah. So my buddy and I competed in that. He drove, I spotted. Nice. I saw you out there. But yeah, that was fun. That was my first time too in any kind of form of competition other than wreck wheeling.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, and those courses were they were cool. I mean, it was good intro into rock crawling. There was nothing too crazy. They were pretty mellow on us there. So that was cool. And then but I saw you're out there and Caitlin, and I'm like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be amateur, and you guys are like competing at competition level. I'm like, okay, well this is all fun and games anyways. But we definitely felt outnumbered there, behind the 8 ball, so to speak.
A lot of bigger names did that, but it wasn't like the big rear steer people. It was just our little trail class. Yeah. Which, I mean, I've always wanted to compete against Caitlin and George, the little short buggy.
Oh, George!
But,
George, we wheeled with George on Joint Effort, so that was fun. George is great. He put on a hell of a show.
I like George.
Yeah, he was on his lid and trying to get it flipped back over and put on a good smoke show for everybody.
Yeah. He's good people.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all good people in the rock crawling community here.
Yes.
So talk about this car. So you said it was 100 inches, so the 100-inch wheelbase with this gnarly V8, which fuel injected and stuff. What are you running for transmission and transfer case?
Oh, I don't know. Transmission.
Auto, right?
Yes, it is automatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't do a manual for competition. Yeah, I wish, but I'm not quite there yet.
I don't know anybody that does manual
other than
George is manual. I'm pretty sure.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
James is manual too, but he was an amateur.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
But transfer case, I'm not sure what that one is either. I'm gonna have to get those specs from Izumi and let you know.
Okay. So, so the car's parked at your house, or where does this thing get?
Yes, it is in our race trailer that we bought specifically for We Rock.
Nice. So, it's just kind of on permanent loan, or how does that work out? Because I want in on this deal.
So, since COVID happened, Izumi didn't have anyone to run the car, and it didn't run for a year at all. And then we got the car. Dad talked to him. We get to run. We've ran 3 seasons so far. We're running next season. I'm running that. So we'll probably have one more season with the car because he said we have like 5 years with the car.
Okay.
Then we are trying to buy the car.
Oh.
So, but I don't know if Dad can make enough money to buy it. And then after that, this season, coming season, Izumi is shipping us his single seat car that he's competing in. And we have to tow that around, so we've got to get more trailers to tow more stuff around.
Oh, wow.
All in, man, all in.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a truck and trailer. I could tow around a moon buggy if I get to drive it a little bit.
Look at you.
I mean, we're not even going to get to drive it.
I know, huh? So he was out there at Trail Hero.
Not this year. He was there last year. His brother was here this year.
His brother was here. So,
yeah. Because his brother competed in the LCQ.
Yes. Masa. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I said hi to him. I don't know. I mean, he waved, but I don't know. He probably doesn't speak a whole lot of English, huh?
Waves at everybody.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Neizumi's English improved a lot when we went out dinner with him last Friday.
Oh, yeah?
So,
he was in town.
That was a good meeting. It was good seeing him again.
Cool. Right on. Yeah, nice that the world's opened back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Start to move about the country again.
Hopefully, it keeps in that moving in that direction.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know that, without getting all political, but yeah, it just seems like two steps, or one step forward, 2 steps back sometimes, and let's just keep moving forward. So getting to be able to do the Trail Hero events, which I've yet to attend, but I'm really looking forward to King of the Hammers, which is coming up, early next year, last week of January, first week of February. Is that something that you're going to be attending or going to be at, or is on your radar?
No, we normally just have it on the big screen playing at all times in our living room. But last year my dad went and he said it was pretty cool, but really, really crowded for the family to go. So I don't think I'll be going anytime soon. Maybe when I'm older.
Well, you got that rowdy engine. You should be in the shootout.
Yeah. You can do the back door. They're doing backdoor.
They're doing backdoor for the shootout this year.
Yeah. So that'll be good. But it is. It's crazy busy out there. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, but it's crazy.
It's desert fun with some stupidity and some chaos.
Chaos for sure.
So what is your? I mean, so you're kind of the season's wrapped up for you guys. What does the next season look like for you?
Every event. We have to go to every event.
Wow.
Yep. Because Izumi is shipping us a single seat car, he's going to run the farthest event, the one event that we skipped. So yeah, because Goldendale, Washington is closest for him from Japan, so we have to go there this year.
So is that the only event he's running, or is he? He's going to try and do a couple others.
We discussed I think he's coming to Trail Hero next year.
Okay.
So he'll be there. I think he's going to do Cedar City.
Okay.
And Farmington. Those were 3. And he said Rangeley or Vernal, whichever one Jake picks.
Right on.
Those are going to be the main events that he goes to.
Are you looking at any changes to the car prior to the season starting, or are you going to just nut and bolt and just change the fluids and call it good?
We're hoping to contact Summit Machine and get some new links to lengthen it out 2 inches, because we have on the rear of the car there's 2 more shock mounts, so we can stretch it to make it a little more even with the playing field. Yeah.
So you're 100-inch wheelbase, so you try and move it out to $102 or $3, whatever.
102, 103.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is still
pretty
short.
It is still short, but I mean, it's better than 100.
Right.
Well,
right.
in comparison to the other cars in the class, what are those cars running at? Other than the 110?
110, 1.8-ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're a good amount longer than us. Yeah. But I mean, Tyler Harper, the big guy, the god of Pro Mod, isn't in our class anymore because he sold his buggy.
He did.
So
I wheeled with him
I have a better feeling about winning this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But isn't he building another car?
It's not going to be done by We Rock.
It won't be done. It's not going to be done.
It won't
there
be
you
done.
go. Tyler, challenge is on.
I mean, I don't think he's started it yet. And in theory, We Rock's supposed to start in February. Okay. So he's got 3 months.
All right.
So
no. That's
I don't think so.
Order.
Yeah.
I was looking at his car. That was a badass little buggy, man.
It was so cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Whoever got it got a nice buggy. Do you know who bought it?
Yes,
or?
he did. No, I don't know.
I didn't hear either.
Probably just some guy in Texas that doesn't rock crawl very much. He's just loaded and wanted to.
That's where a lot of rock buggies go.
They end up being trail buggies.
I know.
They go to Texas.
That's kind of what I need to do. I just need to find one of these retiring rock buggies and turn it into a 2-seater, of course, but and then just make it a trail rig.
Well, that's what I did.
And it's one way to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's great. So obviously you're still in high school and full time there. You got any? You do any like part time job or anything to earn some gas money for the for rock crawling here? Or?
So my main money for rock crawling is sponsorships and what I can get there. But for part-time job, I work at Roadrunner Auto and Muffler. It's just a shop up the road. I just do whatever they need me to do.
Yeah.
And then I used to work at Carbon Off-Road, but they're unfortunately slowly going out of business, which isn't good. So I'm not there as much because they don't have as much for me to do.
Right.
But other than that, it's just school and trying to get on the soccer team. So.
Oh, there you go. I was going to ask you if you were into any sports. The soccer's so popular. I got a couple of my friends, kids that are just super into soccer.
You played the under 12, under 14, and then travel or the high comp or whatever they call it. You've done all that stuff and worked your way into the high school level.
Nope, I'm just trying out for the high school team. I mean, I've played it for my entire life, and I've always been one of the best in my team. So I've been told that I'm one of those people that's just like a natural athlete that's just naturally good at everything because I've had straight A's every year at school.
Perfect.
Like my 8th grade GPA was a 3.9 because I had an A minus. And then
sounds like you, Chris.
I'm going to have to ground you for getting an A minus. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I've just been told that I'm pretty good at everything that I do. So
well, there you go. Just keep focused and practicing, right?
So time and work and dedication get rewarded. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Whether you're doing sports or school or rock crawling. I mean,
straight A's. Were you ever a straight A student?
Maybe
not.
I don't know. My college transcript's over here somewhere.
I see that. Yeah, I've got a degree, but I was AB student. I got a few C's here and there.
Yeah, a couple of beers.
Yeah. That was college.
Oh, we can't talk beers. This kid's he's too young. So
put that wine down, Chris.
It is a drinking show, so the adults here are drinking, and that's what we do. But well, that's
I've got a monster.
Well, I got a monster. Oh, there you go.
Right on. Well, so the 2023 season's in a kickoff. You're going to drive. So my question, when you mentioned going up to Washington, you're not going to go, but the car is going to go. So who's going to transport the car?
No, I'm going to Washington.
He's going to Washington.
You are.
We have to take both cars to Washington.
Yeah, they did this last year.
I got you. So that'll be quite the parade of vehicles heading up the coast.
I think what we'll probably end up doing is dropping off our car, the comp car that we have now, at my uncle's house, then having him tow that one, and then we'll come back down home, grab Neazumi's car, and then bring, the single-seat car, and then bring that up to Goldendale. This way, 2 different cars, hopefully a little less on the gas side.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully fuel prices will come down by then.
Well, I'm hoping.
I really hope so.
So bad.
Oh, I'm so not excited for that.
No, it's just the last couple weekends I've been going out, it's just like, oh my gosh, here we go, another $200 in the tank.
Boom.
Yeah, diesel's $5.50 or something down here.
Yeah,
and the $5.
It's $6.25 here. So count yourself lucky in Utah.
Yeah.
California taxes suck. We'll leave it at that. So now, practice. I mean, are you going out and practicing with your uncle at? I mean, you got one of the best rock crawling places in the world right in your backyard to get ready for the season, or what's your game plan to come out on fire here and start racking up some more podium finishes?
We've planned one trip when he's going to come down here and practice here. A lot of it is waiting for us to have more spare time to go out on the weekends.
Okay.
So we've been very busy. Our family is very big on Christmas lights, so we've been doing that. Yeah.
Starting
we
already?
have 10,000 lights on our house. Yeah, it takes a month to set it all up.
How many lights?
10,000.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Send pictures.
Yes, I will.
I used to go crazy at Christmas and set up. My parents lived in a court, so there's 5 homes in the circle of the court there, and so they all started adding lights every year too, and it got so bad that you'd turn on lights and try and cook and we blow circuit breakers. We were like maxed out. So
like National
wow,
Lampoon's
that's a
Christmas
lot.
Vacation.
We don't do that.
Yeah, so Mom liked it because she was like, "Well, I can't cook," and she couldn't turn on the stove oven because they were electric.
It's like something out of that movie National Lampoon.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that bad, National Lampoons, but it was close. It was borderline. There was a lot of extension cords and lights going everywhere, but it was cool. We had quite the entourage coming in the court every night, and you've got Deacon Dave right down the street here in Livermore.
Well, my son Craig helped set up. So I'll post pictures of Deacon Dave. But it's about a quarter mile from my house. This guy, I don't know. It's like over 100,000 lights on his house every year.
Whoa!
It's insane. It's like literally. You can probably see it from space.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is covered in lights.
But I mean, everybody's got their thing, and that's super cool. So, yeah, if you send pictures, we'll definitely put them up on the IG and promote.
Yep. Who started it? Was your mom or dad, or was it
my dad?
Your dad. Your dad's into it. Okay,
yeah.
Right on.
My mom's also into it, but she's on the inside. So our house goes crazy. The inside and the outside.
Yeah, and the outside. Yeah. That was it. My mom did the inside, and then I did the outside. My dad didn't care, so he just paid the power bill. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So do you have siblings, brothers, sisters?
I've got one sibling in 4th grade, 9 years old. Doesn't look like me at all. We are complete opposites.
Really?
Literally the most opposite I have ever met. Because he's blonde. Well, I mean, we both have brown eyes, but he's blonde, a little chubby. I'm not. I'm dark brown hair, skinny, big nose. He doesn't have a big nose. I've got more Asian eyes than he does.
Poor
we
kid.
are completely different.
Kicking him while he's
How
down.
funny.
Man, that's a drag. Poor kid. He's in middle school, you said?
No, he's in 4th grade.
Holy moly, that's a big age difference.
Yeah, 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big brother.
So does he obviously travels with the family when you're going to competitions and stuff? Does he care about it at all, or just tunes out?
He's normally not. Well, he comes, but he's out driving his RC cars away from me. Which, I mean, I prefer that because then I don't get mad at him for no apparent reason during the comp. So, I mean, we've tried to drop him off at one point, but we had the one time that we were going to do that and drop him off at his grandma's house is we had a big issue with the car. The computer went out. So we had to overnight one of those and literally didn't leave till the day before the comp.
Oh, wow.
So it was that was Rangeley was a long trip because that was right before Rangeley.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Computer issues.
Yeah, the stupid thing. I go back to the old days of carburetors. Of course, they probably wouldn't do very well on these.
They don't run at those angles.
No, straight up and down or straight sideways.
So yeah, talk about one of the craziest obstacles that you've had to attempt or do there in competition, because they just keep pushing the envelope. And I mean, looking at the stuff that they did at Trailbreaker this year, it's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Dude, I was just looking at the stuff you did during Trail Hero.
Yeah, just Trail Hero itself is crazy. But anyways, talk about...
I mean, honestly, those courses at Trail Hero that we ran weren't bad at all. They were really easy in my opinion.
No, the amateur rock crawl was cakewalk compared to...
Yeah, and there's some lines on Trailbreaker that I want to run, like Course 1 and Course 2. I want to run those in the drag axle.
Okay.
I can't run Course 3, I know that much. But the first two courses I want to run in the drag axle, because this year was one of the easier years of Trailbreaker, because Jeff McKinley and Woody are out every day out there rock crawling, finding the hardest lines. Yeah. So Rich is running out of lines for Trailbreaker, running out of the hardest lines to possibly find.
Right.
So, but the hardest obstacle, I don't know. There was a lot. There were a lot of tight and technical courses, which made the entire thing a one hard obstacle. Mm-hmm. And then there was some where it was just really big walls that the short car didn't like going up. So, honestly, Farmington probably was the hardest courses of the season, because it had big walls, lots of big ups, some crazy side hills. And then, of course, the shootout with Money Pit, where my car, tumbled on its side and I got it back up.
Yeah.
Which that was a lot of fun.
That video's on the IG there. I've watched that several times. That's a wild ride right there. Yeah,
I mean, it was getting it back up was mostly natural reaction, because I wasn't listening to my spotter. Because we were told by Jesse Haynes that we weren't going to make it up that obstacle.
Okay.
So I had no hope finishing it. I just did it to try to prove Jesse wrong, I guess. So a lot of it was me putting it in the same position, which was a position that we originally wanted. But because we broke the brake rotor right before that.
Oh, yeah.
On course 3, the third course of the day, we bent the brake rotor and ripped the caliper off of the axle housing.
Okay.
So course 4, we did really good. We got the best score of the day. We beat Tyler on that course. And then going into shootout, I needed that cutter to get that wheel to spin. Oh. But I didn't have that cutter.
No brake.
To get it to launch up the wall. So instead we tried pulling the other cutter, which launched it to the passenger side, knocked it against that wall. Oh. Then the other one, it tipped. I didn't turn the right way when I was trying to save it. So then it just plopped on its side. I turned the right way and it went up, but I wasn't really listening. So, I mean, that could have been partially my fault, but I was just having fun.
Well, there you go. It's good. So you're starting to feel comfortable in the car, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So much more comfortable.
Okay.
Like, I went out and ran the amateur crawl courses by myself without a spotter right after. So, I mean, I'm getting more used to being sideways and upside down.
Yeah.
So I'm a lot more comfortable with it than I was the first comp of the season.
Yeah.
You mean inverted?
So,
inverted.
Yeah.
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 So on that note, I was going to ask, what was your it's not an extremely long career yet at this point, but what's your most scary moment or worst flop or whoops?
Well, I've only flipped over once in competition, and that was at Grand Nationals. So that was my worst flop. But honestly, I think the scariest moment was at the first comp when I was on top of the big wall in Cedar City. That was probably where I was most scared. Because I mean, I've been on the side of cliffs in comp, but I was like going towards the cliff and turning off, so I wasn't worried about it. So, I mean, not a lot of times I've been scared recently, but there's been some times. It was mostly the first comp was where I was the most scared, so.
Yeah, Dave Wong talked about that. I asked him, I'm like, dude, do you get nervous and stuff out there? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. And then, but, you talk about the consequences, right? It's like, like on a course 2, I think it was, out there at the Trail Breaker, and it's like you were on that edge, you know, on that top where if you fell off, it would be no bueno. But you don't focus on that. You focus on getting the car in position to avoid doing that, right? But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I would love to competition rock crawl, but some of these courses, I don't even want to walk, much less try and drive them.
I don't think you can walk on them.
No.
I mean,
there's a lot of courses where you can't walk.
Yeah, you can't walk.
Like you slip and fall trying to get to the cone.
Right.
I mean, just like when I was watching when Dave Wong finished his run to win the Trail Breaker. And there was a guy trying to walk up from below, and I was like, he just couldn't do it. And I'm just like, okay.
Oh, I was helping people up that wall.
It's huge.
A couple of the other media people that, you know, were part of Trail Hero Media. I'm like, get up there, you know, I'll be right behind you. But yeah, it was gnarly.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, you got to get some more practice in there, and so you can just come out of the gate firing, man. Get the Christmas lights up early, and tell Dad you got to get out to Sand Hollow.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man, you got good grades.
Yeah.
Just tell your teachers you got extracurricular activities you got to do.
Right. Rock crawling 101.
Rock crawling 101.
What I did with Trail Hero is I got caught up a week early because I'm in really easy classes because I didn't choose honors on purpose because of Trail Hero. Like I might do honors math next year just because I find math easy. Like actually it depends on if I get to the new high school. They're building a new high school down here that's career oriented. So I've applied for the engineering path.
Okay.
So I hope to get in that, and if I get in that, I'll probably be out at Trail Hero, but I won't be as much help as I was this year because I'll be doing more schoolwork.
Yeah.
Than anything else, or if anything, just going to the school and coming out to the high school and getting a ride from a buddy to Sand Hollow.
There you go.
So, because it's all the way out down by the Arizona state line, so it's way down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When's that school supposed to be completed?
March.
Oh, wow.
March of this year. Opens next year. I really hope I get in. I really want to go to the school.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's super cool, man. I've never heard of something like that here, a career-orientated high school.
I'm not sure. Is that like a STEM school or no?
It was an idea by the Washington County School District, and they wanted to do something different than just a normal school. So you're like, let's just do a career-oriented for these 8 pathways. And it was a cool, good idea. I really, really hope it works out for them.
No, I mean...
it's going to help a lot of people because it gets you most of the things that you need to get into the job right after high school. Mm-hmm. So, like for engineering, I might need to go to college for another 2 years to get the degree, but I'll have everything else already done.
All right. So, wait, were you going to do the micro thing?
No. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. We're kind of recovering from it. We got Braxton back on the line.
He is back.
I know when we disconnected, I was talking about micro and career choices, and I kind of was saying that the one of the things that has been lost in the translation of modern times is that the world needs the trades. And whether you're a mechanic or an engineer,
plumber,
a farmer, a carpenter, plumber, HVAC technician, whatever, we need those people. And not everybody needs to go to college to do well in their life.
Yeah.
So whatever route you choose, I encourage you to definitely pursue it with all your passion.
But that's cool that high school, that's pretty innovative, I think. And
I agree.
They're being state of the art, if you will, there in Utah, getting something like that going. I mean, that's pretty damn exciting. But anyways, yeah. So your Wi-Fi went down. I think your dad unplugged it, putting in Christmas lights. But anyways, we're back. So wrapping up the rock crawling scene. So you guys are planning on going to every comp next year. And as you said, it takes a lot of sponsors, a lot of help, outside help. So you want to give a shout out to the people that are helping you make this dream reality for you?
All right. Well, first is the owner of the car, man himself, Suda Racing, Miyazumi.
Yeah.
And our tire company, Milestar. Really big help. Really like working with them.
Awesome.
Then Carbon Off Road. They let us use their shop for the comp check, pretty much like just right before comp, nut and bolt check.
Oh, cool.
Then B. Jackson Construction and Engineering helped us out a lot last season, getting from place to place. Then Trail Hero as well.
Good old Rich.
Yeah, good old Rich. Raceline Wheels gave us some wheels to put on the car, made it look much better than it used to. And Radflow Shocks helped build the car with Miyazumi. Trail Gear Japan, Miyazumi's partner there in Japan. JM Rigging Jim with the winches.
Yeah.
Love him.
Cool.
Jim's great.
Express Tints, a little tint shop down here in southern Utah. Love him. Nick Melby's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Then my dad's company, because he's self-employed, AMC Works, he sponsored the computers.
Okay.
And then Shark Skins for the wrap on the car. And then rockcrawler.com, Woody's website. He helped me out last year. Trail Gear helped with the car. And then Roadrunner Auto and Muffler.
Oh, there you go.
As well.
Your employer.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Yep. So those are our sponsors for the car.
Nice. That's that's a good list there, man. And at such a young age to one, be able to get into a very capable car with more horsepower than most guys out there.
A lot of powers.
A lot of
horses.
Yeah. But that's awesome. Well, like I said, when I met you, I was like, I got to get you on the podcast. We love having, the younger crowd on there. We had Caitlin last year from Trail Hero.
Yeah.
And her dad.
Awesome.
And then Jacob Reeves, we interviewed here at Trail Hero, and so it's like we like to be on the cutting edge, the bleeding edge, as Chris says,
the bleeding edge
of up and coming rock crawlers, and all part of our sport hobby that we enjoy here. But
absolutely.
Super cool getting your story and get to know you a little bit better and your background, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Kick ass in school. Hopefully you get into that new high school, and I'm excited about that. That's a cool opportunity.
Oh, hell yeah. No, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And then looking forward to following you next season here. So it starts in February, you said, huh? Is it what's the first event in February?
It should be Baghdad, Arizona. We haven't got complete dates.
Okay.
But that's when the first comp was last year, but it got canceled because they were still on COVID rules.
Mm-hmm.
So fingers crossed it happens this year, and that's our first event.
Okay.
Should be sometime February.
Okay.
All right.
Right on, man. Well, we'll be keeping tabs on you and following you along on this journey.
We'll make mentions of you on the show when you're in the competition.
Yeah, there you go.
Be super cool.
And
I'll be putting your sticker on the car.
Okay, hey, we appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love that.
We like to be represented. It is. It's always fun seeing the sticker out there in the wild on the trails and stuff. And then, got some Ultra 4 cars that run our stickers. So it's
awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. We appreciate that. And you got a birthday coming up, 15. So happy birthday.
That's right.
Thank you.
Man, to be 15 again. You probably don't even remember 15, huh, Chris? That was 40-something years ago.
A long time ago. Shut up. So
not too far off.
So is your when you get a driver's license, your daily driver's not going to have 600 horsepower, is it?
I don't think so.
Little
Probably
Hellcat
not.
Or something?
Yeah, that would be cool.
No. That would be cool. That'd be fun, but probably not.
No.
Drift into the school parking lot.
Oh, yeah. Comes Braxton.
That's right. Right on. Well, super cool. Thank you for carving out time this evening to join us and come on the show. It's always a pleasure to bring on new and upcoming talent, and we hope the best for you in the future.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck, Braxton, and finally made this happen. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Right on. All right, I think that's it, huh, Chris?
That's a wrap.
And there you go. He's 15 now.
He's 15 now.
He's 14 when we recorded. He's 15 now that this is aired. Week after his birthday.
You know, I mean, my God, to think about the people, the youngins we've interviewed in the last year. This is the future of the sport, people, and you know they're tenacious, they're hungry, and they're gonna rock the world, man. And that's no pun intended, or every pun intended.
Gonna rock the. That was pretty good, Chris.
Well, you know, sometimes I come up with one.
Yeah. So
every squirrel gets a nut.
Yeah, there you go. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut, I think, is the saying that you're looking for there. But very cool. You know, he's definitely excited, and you know, what a great opportunity to have this freaking 600 horsepower plus buggy.
Yeah,
where was that when I was 15 years old?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man, so
I see you get in trouble with 300 horsepower.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. My buggy doesn't. My buggy's like maybe pushing 400, maybe.
Not at the wheels.
Not at the wheels, though. Not turning those 43 stickies.
I know.
But anyways, just cool. I love, you know, catching up with the different racers and, you know, competitors, all this stuff, you know, the rock racing to Ultra Four to, you know, whatever. It's been fun, all these different interviews. And, and to get some of the younger kids on. You know, we had Caitlin last year.
Right.
I mentioned from Trail Hero last year and her dad. So, anyways, good stuff. You know, keep an eye on him, Braxton Coleman. And so his IG is
that's right.
BWC_racing. BWC_racing. Check him out on the IG.
Correct.
Start following him. Because he is he's going to be doing some great things here, I see.
Well, he's going to be at every event in 2023, which is going to be awesome. So definitely the We Rock events, and you know, check it out. He's an up and comer. No doubt.
And to live where he lives and have, you know, Sand Hollow as your backyard playground.
Well, your practice grounds. I mean, come on. I mean
that's
to be able to practice on that gnarly stuff. I mean. Yeah, I mean, hell, I was watching some of the video that I saw of you with wrecked gear going up that, well, I don't know what trail that was, but
TNT Dynamite.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that if I was your right seat, I would have gotten out.
That was fun. Dave wanted to ride with me up that waterfall, but I politely asked him to no, we're good. I kind of want the seat empty right now because it was a wall.
Yeah, no, it was gnarly.
Yeah. And it does come through in the video, which is cool. And
well, the guy before you that stood it up on end.
Well, exactly. That pretty much just kind of illustrated what was going on there. But yeah, Bronson and Jess do a great job. Wreck Gear. If you're not following them and you haven't listened to that episode yet, go back and listen a couple episodes ago. Here, what was that? 182 or something?
I don't know.
I think it was 182.
I don't have that screen up.
And they're great, and then go follow their YouTube channel. But yeah, check out Braxton BWC_racing on the IG, and yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch this.
Keep an eye on him.
So, a little bit of business. We just follow up. We still have the 10.6 compressor giveaway from Morflate.
That's right. So,
you know. Get on the old IG, get signed up for that, and we'll be giving that away here shortly after this podcast here. Mm-hmm. So it is, you know, it's a 12 volt. It's not hard mounted to your rig, although you could figure out how to do that. But yeah, it's in a nice bag.
And the beauty of being able to move it from rig to rig is, well, it's the beauty of being able to move it from rig to rig.
That is the beauty of it.
You can, air up your tires on your Ford because, it's got flats all the time.
Wow.
Whatever. So, or your Jeep or even a Toyota,
Yeah.
Or a Samurai, whatever. But, or if you're bopping along and you see somebody on the side of the road that's got a flat tire and you can, if you have your plug repair kit, you can fix their flat and pump it up.
Well, right. Pump it up.
Pump it on up.
But, the 10.6 is designed to be used with the Morflate system where you're airing up all 4 tires at a time.
Correct.
And so, you can do, in about 6.5 minutes, you could air up 4 37-inch tires from 2 PSI to 30 PSI.
Ooh. Who the hell wheels at 2 PSI?
I do.
Oh.
If you had beadlocks, you would too.
I know. I don't have beadlocks.
You got to get beadlocks. It's all about stickies and beadlocks, man.
Stickies and
beadlocks.
Something else is supposed to be.
Well, we'll keep this PG-13 podcast since we interviewed Braxton.
That's
here.
right.
But yeah, so very cool. Get on the IG, follow Braxton, follow Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, follow Morflate. Get signed up for the giveaway,
That's
and
right.
You could be the lucky winner of this 10.6 Morflate 10.6.
Absolutely.
Compressor.
Is there a retail value on that?
$1 million. Yeah, $230.
$230.
$230.
Oh,
yeah. So, and they may be going up to $250 if they haven't already. So, there you go.
And if you haven't signed up, if you haven't bought your lottery ticket, if you're over the age of 18, because Powerball is stupid right now.
It could be won by the time this podcast airs.
I know. Well, maybe I might win it.
Yeah, you could win it. Never hear from Chris ever again.
At the time of this recording, it's
and you probably still won't wheel.
1.9 billion.
Yeah,
with a B dollars. Think about that, people. That's crazy. I don't know.
We need to add that to the other episode. This is going to be a week later.
Probably, I don't know. Anyway.
Never know.
All right. You got anything else?
You can edit that out. Or not. If you're Jimmy, you can say
Jimmy.
you're going to edit it out.
I'm not editing shit. Oops, I'm not going to edit anything.
Wow. All right. I got nothing else. That was great. And we're out.
Really? You're going to... No, you're not doing that. No, you didn't. No. Braxton, thanks so much for being on the show. And we're out.